Hi and welcome everybody to Humble Warrior Yoga. My name's Taylor. Today's day 13 of our 30-day yoga challenge, and this class is going to be a full body stretch. You will need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, grab some books. And before we start, the fun fact today is that the smell of rain actually has a sound, and it's petrichor. Okay, we're gonna start this one laying down on our side with the 2 blocks. So one block will be at the top for underneath your head. So come to your left side. And the other block will be in between your knees. Your knees will be stacked, knees in line with hips, and then ankles tracking just below the knees. Take your hands out in front, slide the right fingertips past the left fingertips a little bit, and then begin to take your right arm over your head, just opening up with some gentle thoracic spine twists, opening up into the pec a little bit. And try and move with your breath. And last one this side. Good. We'll do the same thing, but on the other side. So grab your 2 blocks. Coming onto the right side. 1 block underneath your head, the other one in between the knees. Hands out in front. Slide the left fingertips further, and then start to take your left arm up with your ear. Keeping the knees in the same spot. Notice if one side feels stickier. We usually, with our spine, have an easier side with rotation and one stiffer side. You can slow it down or speed it up. We'll do about 2 more. Good. Let it go. Coming on up to a seat. Take your feet together and knees wide. You may want your blocks underneath your knees. That can be nice. But I want this to be a wide diamond shape. So working on flexion of the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest, and then just round forward. Good, begin to roll all the way up, stacking bone on top of bone. Okay, you could do another round of butterfly, but a little bit tighter, so focusing then more on the adductors. Or if you're with me, come into a straddle. So feet come wide, Working on opening up into the groin. Hands can be forward and front. And just try and fold any amount. Bringing it on back up. Left forearm to the inside of your left leg, right hand to the nape of your neck. Inhale, begin to open up. Maybe right bicep next to your ear. Inhale back up. Switch right forearm down, left hand to the nape of your neck. Inhale, start to open up. And then take the left bicep next to your ear. Inhale it back up. Hands behind you. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper the legs. Side to side. And we'll make our way to downward facing dog with the blocks towards the top of the mat. And when you get there, march out your heels, bend one knee, bend the other knee, opening up the backs of the legs. Lift your right leg out behind you. Pigeon on the right. Right shin comes down. Right away, take a block on either the first or second setting underneath your right hip. Okay, block number 2 is gonna come maybe to the tallest setting underneath your forehead. Now, if pigeon doesn't work in your body today, figure 4 is always available, where you cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Lifting your head back up, making your way back to downward facing dog. March it out when you get there. And then lift the left leg up. Pigeon on the left. Hop the right knee back a few times, and then make sure you take that block underneath your left hip. Don't just let your hip float there in space. Block number 2, highest setting, coming to the forehead. And then when you get there, try and settle into the stretch. Lift your head up and make your way to downward facing dog. March out your heels to let that go. And then we'll meet in a child's pose. Spike up onto your fingers. Weave the left arm underneath the right armpit. Place the left side of your face down. And switch. Left arm forward, right arm goes under. And reach your right arm forward. Regular child's pose. Hands under the shoulders, pop up to a seated position. Move your hips to one side. Swing the legs forward. And then extend the left leg. Wrap the right leg over top. Left arm gives that right leg a hug. Right fingertips at the base of your spine. Lengthen, inhale, and then twist over to the right. Let it go. Extend the right leg long, bend the left knee, left foot goes over, and then hug the left knee in towards your chest. Left fingertips to the base of your spine, lengthen, inhale, and then twist. And gently let it go. That concludes day 13 of this 30-day yoga challenge. Thank you so much for joining me today. Lots of peace, love, and light, everyone.